First of all, just tell me, how did you guys prep up for the roles? Like, what's with the training sessions, and how did you all get along on the
So for me, it was easy because it was the easiest, I think, amongst the lot, because I had a backstory. I had forced to bank on. I had ACP Yashvardhan's character. Yeah. I knew what the character had been through. Yeah. For example, he had lost his wife. Where he was working, he was a police officer. He's an ACP. Right. So there was a certain backstory. So I came into this kind of prepared, knowing what my mindset was, where my frame of mind was, and what I'd gone through in these 5 years, you know. I think for Sonakshi and Tahir, they can probably tell you what KK and Shiv Sharma demanded.
Yeah, for me, the biggest incentive to do the film was to play such a great character. I feel for me, it was something really, really new. It was really well defined. It was very well written. My director had a very, very strong vision for the role that he came to me for. And yeah, so I think for me, talking to my director, understanding what vision he has in mind, that really helps me in portraying. And then, of course, I bring a little bit of myself into it as well, because personality-wise, I think I'm close to KK because she is strong, she's independent, she's sure of herself, and she's confident. So that personality-wise, we're very, very close. Yeah,
like very, very Sonakshi Sinha.
Okay, and how about
there were two aspects of the character. One was that he's technologically very savvy, so I had to figure out, this was like through watching films or reading about how ethical hackers and hackers really work. The second was, of course, the physicality of it. So I had to train for about 6 months. John, in fact, was nice enough to give me his trainer, and we worked just on functional training, how to do an action sequence and not wake up the next day with your body in so much pain that you can't shoot. So just working towards performing stunts physically.
Okay, so Sonakshi, tell me, you've done Akira before. That also had you doing a lot of stunts, and in this film also you're doing like hardcore stunts. So what is the difference like in the?
There's a huge difference. I think the kinds of films that they are completely poles apart. Our directors are very, very different. Their style of filmmaking is very, very different. In Akira, it was a bit more raw. Over here, we worked with a variety of action directors from around the world, actually. We worked with Alan Amin from India, we worked with Franz Pilhaus from South Africa, Kecha from Bangkok. So a lot of these people got a lot of different takes to the action. And not only that, there's hand-to-hand combat, there's run chases, there's car chase sequences, there's gunfights. So a lot of different kind of action in one film. So it was really good.
This is totally different from what you did.
Absolutely, absolutely different.
Okay. Yeah. And you did Mardani before this, and in that also you played a negative role, and here also this is more like a grey shade or grey character, you'd say. Yeah. So are you like more inclined towards doing negative roles further?
No, as an actor, I'm inclined to doing all kinds of parts and genres. At the moment, I was very clear that from the dark, I didn't want to shift all of a sudden to, you know, slow motion in Sarson Ke Khet. So I wanted to, like, I'm glad you call it grey, because that's exactly the difference between a dark gritty film and a grey character. This guy, Shiv Sharma, he's got a great rapport with both the protagonists. He's also got a sense of humor, a dark sense of humor that's really going to surprise the audience. So I look forward to what they think about the film and the character after November 18.
And for all three of y'all, like how much do numbers matter, box office numbers, how much does that matter?
I think as an actor, for me, I'm really, like, if an audience walks out saying that it was money well spent, that's what matters. Like, if they come out saying, yes, we were convinced that Yash and KK were out to save India opposite Shiv, if they're sold on that, that's great. But I'm not speaking from a producer's point of view, so you'll have to ask.
I think from a producer's point of view, we're very safe with this film, because whatever we had to recover, we've more than recovered. Yeah. So it's now about perception and people really enjoying this film. So where you're talking about numbers, I can confidently say as a producer that, you know, all three of us have got a plus film on the table.
Right. Okay. And how about you?
Yeah, I think of course it's important. I mean, it's at the end of the day, it is a business. Everybody who's involved with the film, who's worked with the film for so long, would appreciate it if others appreciated it as well. And how do they appreciate it when they watch it, right, in the theatre? So yeah, box office does make a certain difference to me as well. But honestly, the appreciation which I get after like even now, people talk to me about Lutera. That outweighs it a lot more. Like even when, if I meet someone for the first time, they'll go back to, oh my God, you were so good in Lutera. They still remember that. Although Lutera did not do that well at the box office.
When you're in it for the long haul, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I think you put it really well. Like for actors, numbers are the only way to quantify how many people saw it. We're not looking at it as how much money will we make, because we don't make money off whatever the box office is. For us, it's like those many people went and
Watched
saw
it.
what you did. Yeah.
Okay. You were there in Force and now Force 2. So how different is this film from Force?
This is a larger film. Force dealt with a guy trying to, ACP Yashvardhan trying to protect his wife and his family. Here he's looking at going on a mission to protect the nation. And obviously it's the problems in this film are far larger. The antagonist is far more dangerous. Here he's also got a colleague who actually is actually the raw official. He's still a police officer. So I think we've set it out differently. This is not as raw as the earlier one. So it's a completely different beast in itself.
Okay. Tahir, who is your favorite villain in Bollywood?
Who's my favorite villain? Yeah, great question. I have a number of them, if I may be allowed to say. I loved what Shah Rukh Khan did in Bazigar. So I don't know whether you'd call him a typical villain.
But that was a negative character.
A negative character. I loved what John did in Zinda. And otherwise, I loved Irfan Khan in Hasil. I don't know if you've seen that film.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Okay, and you worked with Rani and Mardani and now Sonakshi in Force 2. So how different are they? While like that was also an action film that also had her doing thoda stunts and all of that. So how are they different in doing action?
I would call Mardani more a crime drama. This is more an action drama. So this one was way more agile. With Rani, the way the film was scripted, we had two stories going, and in the end we met. In this, my interaction with KK is a whole lot more. I won't want to tell you at what stage because that's a surprise factor. But I was way more involved and in sync with this character purely because on script we're like that. And we're supposed to be more antagonized towards each other in Mardani.
Okay. So Sonakshi, if you had to feature in a film with an actress and it's an action film, which actress would that be?
I think Deepika. Yeah, for sure. I think there's... after that, I've not really seen, but there was one sequence in Chandni Chowk to China which she did some kung fu and she was really, really good at it. So, definitely.
And also her next Hollywood film that we've been seeing her doing some stunts. Also, John, I'd want to know, Sonakshi has done Akira before. Have you watched the film?
I've seen parts of it and I've obviously seen the trailer.
He's lying.
I've seen parts of it.
Trailer, of course, everybody. I watched the video.
I showed it to him.
She actually forced me.
Yeah, I forced him to watch it. I was like, here, look.
But why haven't you watched the film?
Because I haven't, like Sonakshi, I haven't really seen any film in 2016, barring one or two, I think Pink and barring. Okay. So that's the only reason. There's no other reason to it.
So when you saw her doing all the stunts and all the action and drama and all that, what did you think of it first? Like, was she like really good at it right from the start, or did she like take time to get along?
She was fantastic in what I saw in Akira, which is why when we were doing an action sequence in Force 2 at that time, I told the action director, make her do the action because she's fantastic and she was effortless with the action. She just comes across so easily to her. And again, I say it's not about the action, it's about her attitude. She's got a very positive attitude towards, she's like, I can do anything, make me do it, I'll do it. But she's not one of those dainty, dancing girls, She's like she really, she really means what she does. So I thought she was fantastic.
Also, I wanted to ask you, since you have been helping her to like really get into shape and all of that, you said you were also...
Yeah, but honestly, credit goes to her for doing whatever I just troubled her a bit with her diet here and there.
Not a bit, a lot. Please don't lie on camera.
Okay, so Sonakshi in Akira, then Shraddha Kapoor in Baghi. So a lot of actresses are doing action films now. So how important do you think is it for women to learn self-defense?
I think it's important for women to learn self-defense, period.
Okay.
Everybody, from you to anybody, not necessarily only Sonakshi or Shraddha or someone. Everyone should learn self-defense because we are living in a society where men are slightly demented, and they deserve a beating. Not a beating, they deserve disciplining. Right. And she's got that power in her hand. Any messes now, boom,
absolutely,
out.
Absolutely.
Give me a 5. So I think every woman should learn self-defense because it's good for them.